Hi folks, it's Lee Farnell here, and I'm really excited about who I'm interviewing today for our Sell, Serve, Prosper radio podcast because Scott Dudley, we've been working together over the last probably 12 months now on a whole new area of marketing that a lot of people don't know much about, but worldwide it's been incredibly successful. So I wanted to introduce you to Scott and to go behind the scenes of some of the things we're doing with sellserveprosper.com and then see how you can use that in your business as well. So Scott, thank you for agreeing to be on Sell, Serve, Prosper Radio.
Thanks, Lee. Pleasure to be here.
Mate, now your business you've done telling me is the funnelfella.com, not the funny fella, but the funnel fella. Tell me a bit about that business.
All right, well, that's just sort of a name that I've come up with recently that describes sort of what I do in a couple of words quickly. And it's sort of morphed into quite a few things. And eventually I decided on the funnel fella, as that was a bit of comedy tongue-in-cheek sort of a name. And that's sort of a place where people can go if they need assistance with their funnels and to generate leads and so on and so forth.
All right, so let's go back in time. Tell us about your background, Scott. What has made Scott Dudley, and why are you doing the kind of work that you're doing?
All right, so for many years I was sort of working as a data analyst, doing a 9-to-5 job. I'm sort of very good technically, and that was one of my strengths, able to put together sort of software, databases and that sort of stuff. So I was working at Western. If we go probably fast forward to the last 5 years or so, I don't really need to go through my whole life story, but I was working at Western Power as a data analyst. But I don't know, I was getting a little bit sick and tired of turning up at a workplace and I wasn't overly sort of happy with what I was doing. So I started to, in my spare time, started learning about copywriting and sales and marketing, and I was doing that part-time for probably about a year or two, and I had a few clients that I was working with on the side there, earning a bit of extra money, and it got to a stage where I sort of decided to leave what I was doing at Western Power and to do my own thing as a freelance copywriter, which was quite an interesting experience to begin with because I probably wasn't quite ready for the jump, and for the first year or so I really struggled with it as far as getting enough clients to bring in, you know, the dollars to pay the bills and so on. It was lucky that we had a bit of savings behind us to make up for the lost income. But I stuck with it, and then after about a year or two, things started to turn around for me a bit, and I started to get a regular stream of clients, got some experience behind me. Got a bit of a reputation, and then probably about 12, 18 months ago, I decided to branch more into sales funnels rather than just writing the sales copy. I thought that just being a copywriter on its own was a little bit one-dimensional, and these days there's copywriters everywhere, so it's sort of difficult to make a decent living just off copywriting. So I decided to branch out more into the funnel world, and started following closely Russell Brunson. He's sort of one of my idols at this point, and he owns a company called ClickFunnels, which some of the listeners might have heard of. And you know, I really enjoyed using that software and building funnels and using my background to succeed in that area, and that led me to applying for a job at ClickFunnels. About start of February, so 6, 7, 8 months ago now, and I've been working there as a technical support specialist, helping people to with issues with their funnels, customer service issues and things that aren't working, technical problems and stuff like that.
Okay, let's just stop there because it's coming back. I've got sitting right next to me is that Russell Brunson book, Our Expert Secrets, which is a great book. And you can see I've got marks, pink post-it notes. It's well and truly bookmarked all the way through. But let's just come back to define this whole area when you say funnels. It's new to a lot of people. And
Yeah,
not
true.
only that, but what problem it's solving for people in business. Now, in your case, you've just told the story of so many people that make the big jump, as you say. I mean, Michael Gerber calls it the entrepreneurial seizure, where you go, stuff it, I'm going to run my own business. And you have this kind of mental seizure that says, I'm sick of working for someone else. I'm going to do my own thing. And
Yeah.
as you say, you might have done it too soon, but at the same time, you did it, which a lot of people do, without the skills, without the capabilities, possibly even without the capital, though you did have some savings to make it happen. So when we're talking about sell, serve, and prosper, it really does reverse engineering the success of prosperity. The first step is self-sustainability. So you've plugged on through, but let's talk about what is the problem that this whole area of funnels and click funnels solves for business people, entrepreneurs, self-employed people. What is the problem it solves?
All right. Well, generally the confusion is the difference between, say, a website and a funnel is that a website is pretty much just a brochure, an online brochure that's, got a whole heap of information just thrown on there. And most pages have, 5, 10 different choices for the user to make an option, and they can sort of browse around there. Whereas a funnel is more of a structured process that takes you from a starting point to an end point. I mean, not everybody goes right to the end of it, but it's a structured process, strategically set up to achieve a certain goal and to reduce distractions and to get people to take a specific action. So that's
the action being to either sign up for something or to buy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So initially it'll be to sign up for something at the top of the funnel, and then you nurture those leads. And if you do a good job with nurturing them, and if they're the right type of prospect, then generally they'll buy from you. So
because in the sales process, they're qualifying you as in, well, can you add value and solve my problems for me? And do I want to work with you? And two, you're also qualifying the prospect as in, are you the type of prospect that we want to work with? So there's a series of gates and steps that you're going through, which a website doesn't do in most cases. As you say, it's a stagnant lead generation device. So here, what we're talking about with a funnel is essentially there's the world out there, and you want people entering your world through the funnel. So at the other end of that funnel, people are either buying or signing up. So the type of businesses that use a funnel, I see Russell Brunson often talking about, could be speakers or coaches, but it could be anyone from a coach or an accountant or a lawyer or a butcher, baker, candlestick maker. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much anybody that's selling anything online, whether that's digital information products or whether it's physical products or whether it's services. So it's pretty much anything that involves exchange of money online. So, yeah, exactly.
Right. So it's particularly for people that want to have either all or part of their business or revenue coming in online. So the funnel is a process that, as you say, Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels have developed. And my understanding is, there's a pile of templates that you have access to. So you're not starting with a blank sheet of paper. You can leverage off and move much faster. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. With ClickFunnels, they've got a lot of pre-made templates. It sort of asks you a few qualifying questions to find out what sort of funnel that suits your requirements, and then you pick the one that you want. And then you can basically edit and modify that to however it suits your particular business. Yeah. Great.
Can you do a share screen right now and take us behind the scenes? So we're going to go behind the scenes of what we're doing at sellserveprosper.com. And also, obviously, Sell Serve Prosper Radio is part of sellserveprosper.com, helping and building a community of people who want to sell more, who want to serve better, and who certainly want to prosper. And so the whole process that we're doing here is using the ClickFunnels approach, the funnel fella, to build a community and a membership site. So look, Scott, explain to people, and obviously the listener won't see this, but again, where will we put, by the way, this the video? So the Sell Serve Prosper Radio goes onto the blog site. Is that right? What's the linkage for that? What's the link to Self Serve Prosper Radio? Where are we putting that?
Yeah, that'll be on the blog site. Yeah, there'll be a link there for the podcast. So if they go to selfserveprosper.com, then that will have a series of links at the top, and from there they can get to the podcast.
Great,
so,
great. And then off the back of the podcast, people can then access, or as you say, as part of selfserveprosper.com, then there's a series of clicks where they get access to free material. In fact, you talk about what have we got here? I'm looking at everything from membership site to masterclass to website to the challenge funnel. Talk about that.
All right, so I'll just go through the four main ones here. So there's the CZ6 membership site. That's where all of the products are located into the one members area, and depending on what people purchase, that's what they'll have access to. So
okay, can you click on that? Can you click on that now and just talk about what are some of those products that are in the membership site, so we can let people know what are some of the sorts of things they can get access to if they wanted to become a member of selfserveprosper.com, how it can help them in their business? Yeah,
well, this is obviously the back end of it. So the main thing that we've got at the top there is the 6 videos for the Colour Zone sales system, which runs through. So
what we've done there with the CZ6 Colour Zone sales system is put 6 videos together talking about the yellow zone, the orange zone, the blue zone, the red zone, green zone, purple zone. There's a summary document. There's a dazzling double-digit growth PDF report. There's the R-Factor relationship marketing report that goes with it as well. So everything from prospecting and planning to positioning to meet and greet to discover need and qualifying to how to pitch and present right through to negotiation and close, and then everything to do in terms of servicing and repeat business and referrals. That's all in that. And that program, we're offering that for free at the moment. Is that what we're doing with that one, Scott?
That one's $7 for
$7. Okay, great.
That, yeah.
Essentially what's happening with that, of course, is they're taking my 30 years of working with businesses. I've summarized the very essence of it in the Colour Zone videos. So for $7, I mean, we know straight away those videos have transformed many people's businesses. And in fact, where are the testimonials? The testimonials are on various parts of the site too, aren't they?
Yeah, that's on the actual sales letter. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. Okay, so that's one of the things. What else do we have there at the back end of this funnel?
All right. So, did you want me to scroll down through these products?
Okay, so let me talk about it. Then we've got the MP3s that people can get access to. Here's the selling B2B and professional services. So you see module 1. Hang on, let me just go back so I can just talk to people what that says. The foundations of reading people and reading the play, the mindset, USP, and the sales journey. The sales journey and how to build rapport and influence people. The module 4 is pitching presenting your pitch, handling objections and closing. Module 5 is planning and managing time for sales success. Module 6 is lead generation and marketing in B2B and professional services. That series of MP4s, again, have been fantastic for people. So we'll keep going. So then there's the R-Factor system, the surefire sales secrets and marketing, everything from being a relationship marketer, reviewing and implementing, case studies, the secrets of selling in summary. There's R-Factor resources there. Then we've got the secrets of real estate. So if you're in real estate, there's a whole program there on how to help people in real estate sell and train and coach their people. So there's like 10 different lessons there that people can get access to. Actually, there's more than that. I'll keep going down. Oh, goodness gracious. What are we talking about? There's 23 different lessons if you're in real estate to help you. So again, if you're a principal of a real estate company or a real estate salesperson or a home builder, you might want to get access to that. The $1 Million Sales Management, well, again, if you're managing teams of salespeople, that's a four module program, everything from systems of sales management right through to how to recruit and attract and retain top performers. Then there's innovation leadership. Now keep going down because there's a pile of modules we've got there in 14 different modules in how to innovate and lead people. And then we've got some great interviews with everyone from Brian Cook, who's the Chief Executive of Geelong Football Club, to a range of other top leaders that we've worked with over the years. Brian Cook, yeah, brilliant stuff. Retail sales, there's a three module retail sales success program. There's how to get more repeat business and referrals program. There's the cracking the fortune, the hidden fortune in your business, the 7 steps to cracking the fortune audio and the report, the presentation skills course, the pick up the phone and sell more system, the program your brain for sales prosperity, which is a series of affirmations which we know has worked terrifically. 3-time world champion in direct sales, Bill Fitzpatrick interview, which is just an absolute ripper. Secrets of selling in summary. And then we've got our sales activity planning software, which is super terrific, because often people have got no idea what is the activity level they need to hit their sales targets. And then we've got the ROI calculator. So Scott, you've done a marvelous job in putting all this together. And what we're saying to people is, if they want to get access to the membership site, what is the package? What's the offer there? It depends on, there's a number of different packages that I think, isn't there?
Yeah, so at the moment it's set up so that at the front end of it all is the CZ6 colour zone sales system. And then after you've purchased that, there's, depending on what you've selected on the first page, there's another offer that pops up there with one of these other products as well. So we haven't quite set everything up so that it's got its own sales letter yet. But yeah, if you purchase that CZ6 Colour Zone sales system for just $7, then you're offered one of these other programs after that.
That suits your particular needs, because there's some questionnaires we have in there in terms of, are you a business owner? Are you in real estate? Are you in retail? So we help you, point you in the right direction as to which programs will work best for you. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's right.
Fantastic. Great. So you can do this for a whole range of businesses. Anyone selling online, you can help them set up a membership site and have a back-end sales process to help obviously generate money and generate revenue and sales online. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. And the beauty with ClickFunnels is it's all built into the one system. So you don't have to have a separate website for the membership site. It's all integrated in the one thing. So it makes it a lot easier. And
also, of course, from a measurement point of view, there's a whole range of tracking devices to know where people are clicking in or clicking out, or what they've been interested in or not. So then you can modify copy or modify the layout, because what do we say? What you measure is what you can improve on. And just on your point that, this will continue to evolve. I'm a firm believer in the area of the Japanese principle of Kaizen, continuous and never-ending improvement. So we will continue to evolve, polish, improve, and build on the community of those who want to sell, serve, and prosper more. So what are some other things that are there in the back end of this program that, again, people, A, can have access to, but 2, can model and set up for their own businesses to automate online selling for themselves with you as the funnelfella.com. So, Scott, I'm talking to Scott Dudley of the Funnel Fella, by the way, if you've just tuned in, folks. And this is about automating sales and automating lead generation so that no matter where you are in the world, you can have a business online selling information or other products, all using this mechanism that ClickFunnels and Scott Dudley and the Funnel Fella can use. But at the same time, if you need coaching in terms of how to sell more, how to serve better, and the reason we say serve better is not only to actually retain your existing customers, which we know you can double your business just by retaining an extra 5% of those customers that might go somewhere else. But we know when you provide higher levels of service, you can charge more, which means your margins are higher, which means you then have more revenue and more margin to reinvest back in marketing and your actual business. So tell me more about what we've got here, Scott. So in terms of how this all, I see, is this a split test, is it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to show here. So this is the back end of the main funnel that we put together that sells the CZ6 sales system. So you can see here on the left-hand side that these are all the different pages, or we call them funnel steps. And you've got the ability to be able to split test different versions to find out which one is converting better. So usually it's better.
That's important, isn't it? That's one of the key marketing principles of test and measure. Don't try and second guess what the marketplace wants. Put it out there and test it at a low cost. So split testing is super important. So I'm just looking at the headline. One of the headlines says, join the free 6-day CZ6 sales challenge to discover how to apply the exact sales systems that have generated and helped more than 370 companies generate over $300 million. That's one headline. And they were testing that with free 6-day CZ6 sales challenge, shows you how to fast track your sales career with a proven step-by-step system. And again, we can sit around all day talking about which one we think will work, but this system allows you to test. Okay, let's just see which 50% of the traffic are going to go to one, 50% of the traffic will go to another, and then we can test within a short amount of time which one is working or not. We can measure it. So test and measure, eh?
Yeah, exactly. So whichever one becomes statistically significant, then that's the winner, and then it's just a matter of then creating a new challenger to go up against that, and then continually testing to improve the conversion rates.
Great, good. So what else we got behind the scenes here that people can learn from when it comes to the idea of funnels and lead generation and online sales?
All right, so probably the other thing that's worth showing here is the new masterclass registration page that we've set up. So this one here is, if I actually show you the page for it. So free attention salespeople, sales managers, CEOs and business owners, free live workshop, how to double your sales in less than 6 months without spending a fortune on training that doesn't produce an ROI. And so here, this is a registration where we're asking people in business and salespeople, what's the number one question you have about how to consistently break sales records and become a high achiever? So people say, what are my biggest questions about how I can get more confidence or deal with people, or how can I, is that what you just wrote there, was it? How to get more confidence when dealing with people. But whatever your problem is, we want to hear it so that we can design a course customized to answering the question. Now, the fact of the matter is, this is another marketing principle, of course, is what are you in business for? But to use your talents and gifts and information to solve problems for people and add value and help them, so that then what happens is they are willing to pay you some money so that you solve their problems. So how do you solve problems? You ask people what are the problems they have, and then talk about how you might be able to solve it for them. And then you talk about what's the value of solving that problem. And so, well, you know, in many cases we get people saying, well, Lee, if we can do that, that's going to put another 200,000 or 300,000 into our business. And we say, well, look, are you willing to invest 10 or 20,000 to make that happen? Well, of course. The name of the game being, if you give me $1 and I give you 10 back, are you okay with that deal? That should be the way it works in terms of an ROI. It may not be 10, it might be if you give me $1 and I give you 5 back. But the point is, better not be, you give me $1 and I give you 50 cents back. That's not a good deal. So we've got to make sure that whatever we do in terms of solving problems for people, and that's one of the principles in the POMVIC Color Zone Sales Management System, is we say, don't only qualify, but quantify the value of your solution. And that's got to be part of your sales system, is in terms of the POMVIC, POMVIC system that we talk about in the Color Zone system, is the quantifying and the qualifying process in the sales process. So we're collecting problems as we speak, and that first of the live workshops is going to start on October the 1st this year. And then once we run that workshop, that will be running automatically, Scott, again through ClickFunnels. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
that'll start. So that course, when the course is up and running, it will be a fee of $197, which again is nothing, because the course will be a 6-session course. So 6 into 197 is like about, what's that?
Yeah, 33.
$33 a course. And then there'll be a whole range of other materials and goodies that we're going to throw in with that. And we're going to be other things happening in terms of coaching to help people not only get the knowledge, but to take action and implement. Because knowledge is one thing, but knowledge without action is just potential. It's about knowledge plus the action, put into action, that will then generate the returns on the investment. That's what we specialize in, is not just giving people information, but helping them take action on that. Super important. Change the pattern. It's the old story. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. So we're in the business of helping people get something new in terms of sales, service, and prosperity. Yeah. So folks, if you're interested if they come in now to this page, the sellserveprosper.com free live workshop page, and there's a video there that explains what we're doing. Put in there the number one question they have about what's blocking them, or the question or problem they have around how to break some sales records and perform better, and put their email in, click, then they're automatically registered in the first of the courses, aren't they? So they get that $197 plus all the other goodies and the course for free.
Yeah, they do for the moment. Yeah, if they register for the initial, the live run of this, and then after that we're selling it. Yeah, yeah.
So folks, take advantage of it while that offer's there. Go to sellserveprosper.com free live workshop and tell us what your number one problem is. And as I say, we will be answering that, giving you tools, giving you coaching and how to solve those problems throughout the course of that course. But only those people that are registered for the course are going to get access to it. Of course, it's not going to be anywhere else on the internet, is it, Scott?
No, yeah, it'll be restricted for sure. Yeah, yeah. So
that's starting on October the 8th. So do that now. Get in there now with your number one problem, because I'd love to hear it. Because I can predict what some of the number one problems are, but I'd like to hear it directly from people who are out there. Could be people like yourself, Scott, where you've gone from a job, starting your own business, getting into sales, right through to people who are running, like I've literally just come this afternoon from a manufacturing company with a sales team right around Australia. It's $100 million investment in the northern part of Perth, and we're working with that sales team right around Australia. And their problems with a $100 million investment are going to be a little different than someone who's just started their business, but the process is the process. The sales process is the process. And literally, I was talking with the national marketing manager while I was up there today, and he's gone, Lee, we've got the POMVIC color zone system in place. Now we want the guys to get better at some of the the micro detail of that system. One of the parts of that system we talk about the building of the bridge. What did we agree in last meeting, and what have we done since the last meeting to make that happen? So it's a small card to play, but when you build the bridge with a person from when you last met them, you change the quality of the meeting. We talk about framing the meeting. That's another important part of the orange zone. And then these guys have done a fantastic job in the implementation of a CRM, a customer relationship management program. So the stats, which again is a whole other piece around what we measure is what we treasure. So show me the stats, Jack. What we measure is what we control. So they've got a great system now measuring contact rate, strike rate. In terms of strike rate is in terms of the conversion rate, and it's graphed. And they're using some of those graphs when they're talking to customers. It really is beautiful in terms of using numbers and adding value to their customer business to solve customers' problems. But anyway, that's another story, Scott. What we do in Sell, Serve, Prosper is helping our customers sell better, serve better, and prosper better. But what else we got behind the scenes here, Scott, in terms of the funnel? Anything else you want to show? Again, as I say, folks, Scott does this as thefunnelfella.com for not just us, but a whole range of businesses out there. And if you want to sell, serve, and prosper better online, I do suggest you touch base with Scott Dudley at funnelfella.com. So it's funnel, FUNNELL, FELLA.com. Is that right?
Yeah, there's only one L in funnel though, but yeah.
There's only one L in funnel. We don't. Okay, I better get that right. There's only one L in funnel. It's Farnell. It's Farnell where there's two L's. Okay, so
almost the same as your surname, yeah.
Except for the one L. FUNNEL, FELLA.com. Okay. All right, give us one more thing, Scott, that you can show from behind the scenes there of what, because you can see we've won a whole pile of awards for our sales programs right across Australia from 2008 back to just a few years ago. So this is not this is not something that's just fallen off a tree that I've made up. These systems work. In fact, I'm heading off to Japan on Saturday. I'm working with my Japanese client next week. We have people in Kuala Lumpur, China, India, Vietnam, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, and everyone from McDonald's to Optus to Telstra to Cash Converters to British Standards Institute and a whole range of other people in between. Have we helped them with their sales, service, innovation, leadership systems? Because it's not just sales training, it really is about sales transformation. We say if the numbers on the KPI charts don't move, then it's not fun for us. So it really is about aligning the program with the sales and business growth goals and business plan of the company. And so we really do embed ourselves in people's organizations. We don't just, do a standard off the shelf, beam me in by video kind of program and then run. We work with the company over a period of time because we want to see the numbers move. We're passionate about seeing those numbers move. It's not just training for training's sake, make people feel warm and cozy like showering in a wetsuit. It really is about changing patterns, changing systems. And I was saying to one of my colleagues today, Scott, we're not cheap and nasty. This is a premium solution because we want to provide premium service and premium value. And so, if people are committed to seeing themselves as worthy of investing in, because I say in business, Scott, you in your business, me in my business, David in his business, at Profitable Personnel, if you're the entrepreneur, you are the goose laying the golden egg. And if you want to lay golden eggs, you better be investing yourself with gold so you can be laying the golden eggs. You can't invest nothing in yourself and expect to keep laying golden eggs. You've got to invest in yourself, don't you?
Yeah, agree completely.
So that's what this is about, investing in yourself to sell, serve and prosper. So give me one more thing before we move into the close phase, Scott, is what else goes on behind the scenes in terms of sell, serve, prosper and the click funnel.
All right, well, just before I move on to that, I was just about to add here. So, yeah, we've added some social proof down here so that people know that it's not just some sort of fly-by-night operation, which Lee's gone through. But, yeah, I just thought I'd point that out.
And the same with everybody in business. You should be using social proof. And it's very easy to overlook and say, well, I know how good I am, but the marketplace doesn't. And part of it, you're building credibility, you're building trust, you're building authority. And you're better off oversharing with social proof than undersharing. That's what I think.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So the last thing.
And sorry, Scott, the other thing we talk about often is, there's so much, we've got plenty of friends in America who are very good, but there's a whole chunk of the world that doesn't necessarily want some ranting American from, Louisiana or downtown Texas or Arizona. I mean, there are people, in fact, one of my colleagues in England says we don't even like to use the term sales in England. They prefer teamwork or maybe business growth because words are tools, and some people find the word sales obnoxious. And certainly they find braggadocio, self-aggrandizement, be like me, I've got 35 Rolls Royces, I'm a billionaire, I've got a Hollywood movie star wife. People find that, I personally don't. In fact, as you know, I have a hoax character that really takes the piss out of those kind of people. But at the same time, I can filter that kind of energy out and get the content. Whereas I know when you go out and do work in companies, particularly with sales teams, a lot of salespeople around Australia, England, across the Asia Pacific just go, oh, please, enough of the how good you are, how many golden rings and how many Rolls Royces you got. The rah, well, that's what I'm sure in America they don't even use the term rah, rah, rah. In fact, they go, yeah, great, rah, rah, rah. But for a large chunk of the world, rah, rah, rah actually turns people off. They say, mate, forget the rah, rah, rah. Just give me a system that I can follow step by step without all the hullabaloo and sugar coating these days, Scott, the other thing we see is there's a whole lot of swearing going on. F this, and people are talking as if they're living in the Bronx or not even the Bronx
It's become trendy.
Harlem. It's just unbelievable how much swearing's going on these days. Do you think so?
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't really add any value, or there's no real need for it, especially not in a podcast or a radio show or stuff like that.
Well, we've always said, when I was a member of National Speakers Association, when you have a microphone, you have power. And what you might say in the front bar or the change rooms to your mates or friends, you can't say down a microphone to 100 or 1,000 or 10 people. Something happens with that amplification. And as a speaker, as a communicator, you've got a responsibility to be a little careful of the words you use. Now, I'm not a prude by any means, goodness gracious, but what I'm seeing out there is, I don't know, maybe they think it's being cool by dropping the F-bomb every third word. It's like, I'm so wealthy, I can swear whenever I like. Good on you, mate. But so that is also a point of difference with us at Sell, Serve, Prosper. In 99.9% of cases, we do want to help you sell, serve, and prosper without swearing at you or giving you the old rah, rah, rah routine, don't we?
Yeah, do it professionally, exactly.
Professionally, I like it, mate. Now, what else were you going to show us?
All right, so this is a bit of a work in progress, this one, but it's worth mentioning too that you can also create websites with ClickFunnels. It's not just funnels. So,
right.
At the moment, this is how we've got the website set up. This is all built in ClickFunnels. And if I just move this out of the way, it's the same page that you were seeing before, except on here, it's also got links to the rest of the website. Still a work in progress, so it's not 100% finished yet, but you get the general idea. It still looks nice. Yep. And this is all built in ClickFunnels.
By the way, let's show some of these things we're working on here, where we've got a range of different systems here. There's the CZ6 color system. You can see the secrets of sales management, innovation, leadership, retail, secrets of selling business to business and professional services. Go down, but there's another ripper there that we had created in terms of sales planning that we're working on there, isn't? Besides, there's the secrets of selling, the affirmations, repeat business and referrals.
Maybe it's not there yet.
No. So we've got there it is. The sales planning wizard. We know that has helped people make an absolute fortune, giving them some structure and system around sales planning. And then what was the other one? Go down again there, Scott. I saw there's the CZ6 color zone selling system, the planning system, which is just, and there was one other I saw, the pitch deck. Oh yes, getting how to actually pitch, putting structure around how you actually do your pitch. So that's a ripper. And of course the sales playbook, Pomvik wizard. So there's 4 key wizards that we're building into the system to help people, because what we know, folks, is that when your company has a sales playbook and a sales system that your people can follow, you're going to be closing 33 to 50% more deals. So it means you can then scale your business as well. And we'll talk more about that in other sessions. But certainly if you're going to double and triple and quadruple and 10x your business, you need a way of scaling your sales system, because you personally can't do all the selling. And certainly one way of doubling sales and increasing revenue is to have online revenue, which is what Scott's talking about here. But the other way of scaling and leveraging, in addition to the online, is recruiting and training good salespeople, which again, you can recruit them using David Osborne's Profitable Personnel, and then you train them using your sales playbook. And we actually say every business should have its own sales and service academy. Scott, just on the sales and service academy, you've seen the material in terms of the online sales and service academy. What's been your reaction to that online material? There's like over 70 lessons there now that people get access to. And of course, you've seen the testimonials come through on a regular basis now. So what would you say to someone who's thinking, should I get involved in this online academy? Is it going to work for me? What would you say?
Yeah, well, I've had a good look through there, and there's just an absolute wealth of information. But the most important thing there is that you don't need to be spending 3 hours each day going through the academy. The main thing is just at a minimum to spend 5 or 10 minutes each day, just like going to gym and exercising and flexing those sales muscles. And the more you do it over a long period, then obviously the better you're going to get. And the testimonials are proof that it does work and that it's really effective. So yeah, I think it's excellent.
Great. So Scott, in summary, what are some of the key actions you would recommend, whether it be a small business, medium business, large business? How can they take advantage of this whole idea of ClickFunnels and you as the funnel fella? What do you recommend that someone does?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you're selling, but just having a website on its own, usually, you can sell with a website, but if you want to improve your conversion rates and sell more, if you set up funnels strategically and have things like order bumps and one-time offers and downsells and so on and so forth, then if it's set up properly, then there's no doubt that it's going to, skyrocket your sales. You're going to sell a lot more. And the beauty of using ClickFunnels is that it's all in the one system. It's easy to set up. All the payment side of it's all built into it. The page editor is easy to use. So basically, it's an all-in-one system that allows you to quadruple your sales in a quick amount of time, providing, obviously that your marketing's good and you know what you're doing, but that's where consultants like myself can help you. So
Right.
I would say that if you just got a website, then you should definitely at least have a look at funnels.
Okay. So, Scott, how can people get in contact with you and what are your ideal clients? I mean, what can you offer them if someone does touch base with you?
Ideal clients usually are either experts or like yourself, or people that are selling physical products. And to get in touch with me, I haven't quite finished the website yet, but it will be up soon. It'll be funnelfella.com, or just my email address, scottcamerondudley@gmail.com, and yeah, we can have a chat.
Great. We can put those details in the notes attached to the podcast as well, Scott. So yep. Scott, mate, thank you so much for your time today. Folks, the reason I wanted Scott on is because this is new technology. One of the number one problems that people in business, no matter where they are, have is how do I generate leads? And even better, how do I scale my business? How do I really take advantage of the internet and this whole digital world so that I can have face-to-face sales and I can have online sales to create an exponential growth in the business. And I thoroughly recommend you touch base with Scott, because in most cases, this is a whole world that, well, one, you do it yourself, you're going to take time and energy that you should be out talking to customers and actually generating revenue or growing a team.
There's a lot to learn.
Really do. There's a lot to learn, and you're better off leveraging the knowledge. Scott, as he said, has spent the last 2-3 years at least both on the copywriting side, the marketing side, and now on the ClickFunnels side. He spent all that time and energy. I doubt if you're going to spend the same amount of time and energy. So take advantage of his skills, and Scott will also help you sell, serve, and prosper. So Scott Dudley from funnelfella.com. Thank you so much for your time today, Scott. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Lee. Appreciate it.